Welcome to the first episode of the Altercation podcast. Today I'm going to be interviewing a local band called the Altercation. So I'll start from the beginning by asking how it all got started.
Well, why did we form the band? What do you do when you're extremely passionate about something?
Yeah, you started up. So that's exactly what me and Owen did. Actually.
Well, seventh grade it was in the works.
Grade. Well, yeah, there was
So-
an idea.
It was a good
Yeah, I
idea in
hopped on
seventh
this.
grade, and then me and Connor kind of been like eighth grade, like we
We were talking
gotta
about
do
it
this
for quite a
you know?
while.
And then we recruited Sean as a guitarist because we knew he was very well-rounded in many different instruments.
Yeah, and then we got Derek.
And then we got Derek as our singer because we thought he'd be a good front man.
So I know that Derek had left your band. How did you guys deal with the loss of him? Is your lead man? That must have been hard, right?
We got Lucas.
It was pretty easy.
Hi.
He just was kind of like, well, it was over maybe in July. Like
I think
he's just like
done
he
with
just
it.
quit.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, okay, then we'll just add a second guitarist. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of an opportunity to grow because we were able to just, instead of having just a dedicated singer, we could switch, once Derek left to have another guitarist. Kind of helped our case a little bit.
When did you guys start playing instruments? Have you been playing your whole life, or?
I started playing the piano when I was 8. This is Sean speaking, by the way. I started playing the
Where's my mouse?
guitar and violin when I was 10, and just threw little stuff on harmonica and stuff.
For sure.
I started playing drums. I think now 8 years ago. I was like 10, so it was like 2012. So yeah, quite a while.
I just took up bass for the sole purpose of forming a band. So I would say about 3 to 4 years ago, I started playing bass. Fun fact, I did play trombone for 2 years.
Yes, I do recall.
And then
Good
Lucas.
So I first started playing trumpet, and then I'm still in band class, but I decided to learn guitar because my friends started to get in a band. It's kind of started to get serious, so I was like, hey, if I play guitar, maybe I could join them. Plus, I thought it was a fun instrument to play, so I recently started playing that like 2 years ago.
And me and Lucas kind of started playing,
Jamming.
jamming together a little bit, like once in a while. So that's kind of the start of that,
And I'd screw around with the keyboard with them, so we gotta.
Yeah.
And
Once in a great
I joined the school band too with Lucas as a percussionist in 10th grade.
Wow. So you guys are very well-rounded musicians.
Well-rounded.
Has the grind been hard for you, Owen, starting bass just 3 years ago and already having a big band here?
The grind has been difficult for many reasons. Well, since I have the band like practice room in my basement, I have to keep up with that. That's expensive to keep up, and playing bass, I enjoy it very much, so it's not very difficult for me to do that. There's a few songs that they'll request us do, and I'll be like, yeah, it's a little too much. But most of them I can get within a week or so. But otherwise, being like, technically I'm band owner, I, try to find all of our concerts, places to go, and I got all the equipment and
Dates
stuff.
and
So
everything.
that's most difficult, I would say, getting the equipment and like getting concerts set up.
So, guys, what drives you to keep playing? And why are you passionate about music?
Well, it's kind of a hard question. Why am I passionate about music?
As Anton
I feel
Schindler would say. Anton Schindler would say that music exalts the soul, So you just do it, You just keep going. If you can do it, you do it. And if you can't, you learn how.
It's why do you like music? It's just I'm gonna say the
Lawrence
same question
Beethoven
to
would
you.
say
I don't know.
that exalting your soul is utter nonsense, and that music puts you in the mental state of the listener,
As Owen Templeton
of the
would
composer.
say.
Sorry. As long as the composer, the listener has no choice.
For sure.
I-
Alright, I got you.
For sure. So you compose, or you listen, you take the feeling, you want to reproduce that, or you just make the whole new feeling when you compose it yourself.
Alright.
Sure, but that doesn't drive me to keep playing. I just like it. Like, it's just fun.
Yeah, I think
It's just fun to play.
That could
like,
be taken for like any of
when
us,
you know
really.
you can get when we let's say we're playing some song and all of a sudden we just hit it like the notes just perfectly that time and
like,
it just
oh,
sounds great.
that's
It's
nice.
just like
That's
we
nice.
practiced 3 weeks for this and it sounds good and it's just like it's just a feeling you can't really comprehend.
I think like constantly listening to different music and like music like finding new stuff. It's like it kind of like rekindles interest. Like the more and more you listen to music, the more and more you want to play. I guess it's kind of like a.
Is it ever hard to keep practicing and keep playing with all of the high school life, or is it more of a nice break?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, for some of us, it's not a
For some of
problem.
us.
For some of us, it's a problem.
Some.
For some, it's not.
Some.
I'm weak.
All right, so for me, I feel like I like music a lot. I can make time for music. I can like make time for music because it's very important to me.
It did get really difficult for a while. We had everybody had a job. Well, I would just say 3 out of the 4 of us had a job.
Everyone but you.
Yeah. But so and that was difficult to work around some schedules. And in the summer I was gone quite a bit, so we didn't practice like at all. But I think we make it work pretty well. We try to get together once a week to practice.
Alright. So you guys as a band play very similar music. But do your personal music interests differ a lot?
Mine changes quite a bit, so I mean I don't have much room to talk about like what like
Sean's is probably most different.
yeah.
Well, it's just very, very broad, and like there's just some niches and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just go with the flow.
For sure.
Whatever.
You listen to more like 50s rock, classic rock.
Classical, also.
Yeah.
Got that Baroque, the Romantic. The 20th century. You got.
Let's just say I like more punk rock. That's just my personal taste, and that's kind of what the Altercation was before. And now we're trying to switch over to more like alternative.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm
So-
more into like classic rock, punk rock type thing, kind of going into alternative rock. I was always into like classic rock, and then I kind of started to go like towards Sean's 50s stuff when I got to know him, but now I'm kind of going back to like classic rock, metal, punk rock kind of stuff.
For sure. So do you guys have any specific artists that inspire you?
Let's just go in like a circle here.
Yeah,
We'll each
So I would say band-wise, that inspires me the most. Well, recently it's most likely been Weezer has inspired me the most. Rivers Cuomo, he's just kind of an awkward guy, and it's really weird, and I don't know, I just find that kind of interesting. But I would say like bassist that's probably inspired me the most has definitely been Mike Dirt from Green Day. He's just a superb bassist, and I don't know, his riffs are just amazing, like every single song. Like even if the song's terrible, the riffs are just amazing, and he's a little weird guy, but that's okay. And those are inspire me.
All right. You got your Bach, your Mozart, Beethoven, your Tchaikovsky, your John Williams. You got your that sort of thing. Rachmaninoff. This is all just like crazy, inspiring stuff to me. And then Lead Belly, you got that bluesy thing going again. Blind Willie Johnson, this guy knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's pretty sweet. Vocalists specifically, I'm a big fan of Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra. They really hit that.
They
Well,
hit the spot.
For me, drum wise, I'd say John Bonham of Led Zeppelin, and and then also like as Dave Grohl from Nirvana. Those two have always been like what inspired me to keep drumming and stuff. But like other than like drummers, I kind of the people who kind of like made me interested in music would be like Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, James Hetfield, all this like all these different people like that were like the frontmen of like their band. It kind of like brought me into music, I would say.
For sure. Alright.
I've always been inspired by Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, John Frusciante from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Those have been my main inspirations. They really wanted me to get into guitar. But then, of course, I always liked Mordecai from Mordecai and the Rigby's.
Yeah.
They always inspired me with
Yeah.
their single "Let's Party Tonight."
Your eyes staring
To my eyes.
Other guy was on the prize, and the prize is 10
I forgot to
times.
mention one of the great soul inspirations. You know, I got two of them. I got the classic Sam Cooke, and then the day with the more. You know, he's taking inspiration from him, and I just find him really good. Leon Bridges, great soul singer, great. It's fantastic. And it's just like, you know, I want to sing with that kind of soul. You know, that kind of, you know, that feeling. It's great.
Me again. I was also very inspired by Eddie Van Halen from Van Halen. I really got into guitar because of him and stuff like that.
All right. So, is playing music an escape for you?
For sure, it is. I don't know. I deal with a lot of stuff in my life, and I think going downstairs in my basement and practicing bass for an hour a day just kind of takes me away from it all, and it's not like sitting playing video games. It's better than that.
Cool.
It's definitely an interactive experience. Being able to, you know, do something like that.
Tune into your music.
Yeah, being able to figure it out for yourself,
Sure.
Mhm.
how to play it and everything.
Bass a day keeps the doctor away.
You got
That's
it.
what they say, yeah.
Nothing's an escape for me.
Alright, we're gonna cut that one out. I would say music is
That is
definitely
perfect.
an
Thank you,
escape
Sean.
for me.
Sean.
It definitely escape for me. It's like the only thing I ever think about, really. You know, so
I always make time for music when I'm done with all my schoolwork, or if I'm not done, whatever. I just always make time for music. I always love playing guitar and jamming out downstairs.
For sure, I got you. What was your guys' recording process like? Working with each other, where'd you do it? Okay.
So we haven't recorded with Lucas yet. So I just like to point that out. We recorded with Derek and my dad. My dad knows a friend who lives in Milwaukee who has a recording studio in his basement, and we just recorded there. The quality was good. It's just how we mixed things. It just didn't turn out very well. So I hope when we go back and record again, we can try again and make it sound 100% better.
also
So, do you guys have any plans for your upcoming album?
I would say yeah. We're trying to work on originals. We only have one original right now, but I've written a few songs. Lucas has got a few riffs, and I think we can figure something out here within a year or two.
it's definitely in the very early stages right now. You know, nothing's very set at all. We're just, you know, kind of just like making up songs.
I have a goal. I would like to get another album out by the end of senior year, because then, you know, if we go off to college, then the band's going to take a hiatus.
Alright, so a lot of the smaller bands tend to focus on covers. It's really impressive that you're coming out with all these original pieces, like your last album. Have you guys thought about maybe doing more covers until you maybe have more time to devote to your band?
Yeah, for sure. We've listed out a huge new list of covers we'd like to do.
I've also brought up the idea of a cover album maybe sometime in the future if we have like extra time, which, you know, I don't really see that happening at extra time, but, you know, if we happen to have time
Covers
to do it.
in like our covers in our own like album would be. I would like that. Like just do 3 or 4 of our best cover songs we could do in our own personal album.
For sure. Alright. So, do you guys have any specific plans for upcoming performances that maybe some of us could attend?
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be doing another like St. Patty's show like we did the other year where we.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you just have? Hopefully we'll be doing another, St. Patty's show where we opened for a bunch of bands. That was pretty awesome. We had a very good turnout for that. Probably more garage shows coming up, like we had back on Halloween in Sean's garage. That was a very good
Oh, yeah.
turnout.
That
Like
was
I would say
great.
40 people showed up. There was a lot of filtering in and out. And then maybe even like we'll cover an entire album, Weezer Blue album, May 10th. Maybe
Maybe.
we're thinking about it.
Possibilities.
If not summertime, probably we'll do a lot.
And I think we definitely want to do more concerts. I mean, the last few concerts we've had have just been very, very fun.
They've been fun but too short. And I think
Yeah, I think
we could, if we work broaden our horizons, I think we can get a lot better.
So the music industry as a whole has really switched from being geared more towards albums that tell stories towards the single industry. Do you guys feel like you're going to be focusing more on releasing singles or focusing on telling a story within an album?
I've definitely want to do an album where there's a story. I mean, there's a lot of albums out there that are just like great because they got like the concept with it, the whole story.
For sure.
Yeah, and single is not within our reach. We can even like just record like rough drafts and demos and stuff and post that online too. Follow us on SoundCloud at The Altercation.
I got that on recording.
Subscribe to save this poor soul.
Back, Calc has lost me. I don't even know what's going on anymore. But you know what? It's okay. Whatever. I don't even know what's going on.
For me, I just
feel lost. It's like, what's the point of anything, anyways? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just keeps. It's like, why am I doing this? It's
For
like, why
me,
am I even living?
okay.
I really do appreciate everybody tuning in today. Make sure to go follow The Altercation on SoundCloud and listen to all of their latest hot tracks. And also follow The Altercation on Instagram.